What's up guys, Kevin Cage back with another XRP update. As we can see, XRP and the US dollar on the 4-hour chart swing high from here, swing low, and we went all the way to the next extension level of the 4.236. Just one of the millions of examples showing you why Fibs don't lie. Let's get into it. Before getting into the rapid fire news, guys, I just want to point something out that I always find very, very comical, and I'm guilty of this as well. And this is how fickle all of us are in this market. I know I say basic things like when in doubt, zoom out, but another thing, and essentially I want this to be the theme of today's video, is all it takes is a single piece of news or a single candlestick to entirely change your mind, whether that's a good or bad article that was released, or the candle or the price of XRP moved up or down 20%. If it goes down, that's enough to scare people and potentially allow them to capitulate and give up on their investment. Yet when XRP goes up 20%, we all think it's going to $100 right now. I'm guilty of this as well, but we just have to keep this in mind going forward. I believe that we're going to have some very nice months ahead, of course, with some news, and it's my bet that, of course, the good news, perhaps even Ripple with some news via settlement or Flare networks going live, or new listings for XRP, or relistings I should say, are going to tell a nice bullish story on this chart. And I also just want to say, guys, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate each and every one of you that has stuck with me for the past couple years, discussing XRP bouncing between 20 cents and 50 cents for what felt like an eternity. I believe that we will be seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I think we're going to miss these times, as silly as that may seem, because I know that it has been difficult for some people, and my heart goes out to all of you. I just want to say that I appreciate all of you that have ever watched a video, ever hit the like button. I would be nowhere without people helping me, teaching me, sending me information, because I am learning with you each and every day in the most exciting asset class in the world. So I just wanted to say thank you. I hope you guys find this valuable, whether you're driving to work and don't have time to read through the news, whether you're walking your dog, or whether you just need a little pick-me-up. I appreciate all of you guys. I appreciate all content creators. I appreciate all researchers. You name it. It truly is all love, and I just cannot wait for everybody to witness what is yet to come. So let's get into it. So right here, guys, I wanted to share this. Shared by Leonidas, who created XRParcade.com, Ripple Labs wins access to SEC internal crypto discussions. Just a few bullet points. Ripple and two defendant executives, CEO Brad Garlinghouse as well as executive chairman Chris Larson, claim the SEC laid in the weeds for 8 years before filing the suit last year, among other reasons because the commission was confused about whether XRP was more like Bitcoin and Ether, which have not been regulated as securities, or like other crypto products in the past that have been deemed securities. Very interesting. Yet again, and to no surprise, the SEC is making a fool of themselves. Right here. Prior to the ruling, Garlinghouse counsel Matthew Solomon said that if the defendants find information suggesting the SEC thinks or thought XRP was akin to Bitcoin or Ether, it could be, in quote, game over for the whole case, since the SEC is not in the business of regulating products that are not subject to securities laws. Exactly, and I cannot wait for this to happen. And there's no guarantee. I'm excited, but yes, I believe that there is a very, very good chance of actually reaching settlement sooner than we think. And I know people will say that's moon boyish. Yet again, those conservative people that said XRP would never break $1 were wrong yet again. We need this discovery to defend ourselves, Solomon said. Love it, wishing them well, just wanted to point that out. Now, let's get into some additional news. So right here, guys, Jamil K sharing this, Ripple technology for central bank digital currencies. We're able to further leverage, and this is a quote from Ross Edwards of Ripple. We are able to further leverage this technology as infrastructure suited to the exploration, ideation, and eventual delivery of a fully functional central bank digital currency. You have PayString, you have so many initiatives with hundreds of millions of users, of course, because, you know, PayID, today it's called PayString, is that huge, huge open payments coalition. And I want you to listen to a few clips right here.
We can see the basis is technology built for payments, which has been used for over 8 years of continuous 24/7 operation.
Interesting. So XRP Ledger is one of the few crypto assets that has been around for 8 years, has never had an error ever. The ledgers have all been successfully closed. And yet people are saying that there's going to be some new crypto that banks are going to leverage and turn on instantaneously. I'm betting, since banks are very conservative by nature, they're going to be leveraging technologies that are tried and true, so to speak. So the XRP Ledger, now with the news of actually using and having privacy features for central banks, that does not seem too good to be true for me by any means. So just wanted to point that out, and let me see if I want to play the beginning of this clip as well.
Ripple has a vision that has always been the internet of value, enabling the world to move money like they move information today.
Now, this reminds me of a lot of things. I'm probably going to break it down, but remember, I just want to point everybody to this, and we're going to touch on this at the end of this video as well, probably. Head of real-time payments at ACI Worldwide. This is a Ripple partner. They're one of the biggest groups in the world. They send, ready? $14 trillion per day, thousands of customers. This is a 34-minute interview. I know it's long. If you guys have the time and you're passionate about researching XRP, highly recommend watching this on 2x playback speed. I watch everything. Go to playback speed, put that baby on 2x every single time. And this gentleman literally mentions XRP side by side with Swift. Now, why am I talking about that? Oh, that's too good to be true. Well, time will tell, because I want to remind you guys of a few things. Now, just for reference, if you guys want the official link, I did in fact retweet this on Twitter if you follow me there. And keep in mind, this is back in August 2020, but I think this is very, very relevant. Right here. IBIS Management Associates Inc. connects with RippleNet. Just another huge partner, no big deal. Notice it's in Switzerland, one of the few countries that essentially is very friendly in terms of clarity for XRP, the digital asset. Swiss banking giant IBIS Management Associates Inc. has announced its integration with RippleNet. Now the users will be able to have access to both Swift and RippleNet on the same platform. And if you watch this actual interview, it sounds very, very similar to what this gentleman says. He discusses Sama. And why am I talking about this interview? Because I took the time to go through and give timestamps for each and every single one. $14 trillion per day, a billion transactions per day. He's saying this in quotes. He even goes on to say $5 million every time as fast as you can snap your finger consecutively. So very powerful stuff. Talking about ISO, talking about SAMA, the Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority, the central bank of the UAE. And of course, no surprise, we're going to be talking about Abu Dhabi in this one. We know that Ripple also has the regional headquarters in Dubai. I think this is very, very relevant. The Middle East, the UAE, Saudi Arabia, all these parts, whether they're huge nations or just overall giant groups and organizations, we have to pay attention to this. Okay, so now let's talk about right here, Roth Economy, guys. So he's tracking this, must follow in the XRP community. Ripple partner, First Abu Dhabi Bank, has spun off its payments business as a subsidiary, and this is Magnati. I'm going to say, yeah, Magnati, however you pronounce that. And what I want to point out is this for some perspective. Right here, the National Bank of Abu Dhabi, NBAD, announced it is to use the platform for payments. This is talking about Ripple, guys. Yes, this was back in February 2018. As we know, they are another Ripple partner, to no surprise. Now, what is this gentleman saying? He's saying that Magnati, now this new subsidiary, the head of Magnati, Ramana Kumar, was previously group head of payments and digital banking and launched the bank's initial Ripple adoption. No surprise, we have everything linked below if you guys would like to check this out for yourselves. And now we can see right here, for First Abu Dhabi Bank, FAB, the new brand name Magnati is built around energy, potential, and partnerships. Now, I think we don't even need to touch on the energy side of Energy Web Token partnered with the XRP Ledger Foundation, all of those. EWT, another good hold. I know it's available on Kraken for people outside of the US, I believe. I typically just buy it on KuCoin. Good long-term hold, and I know that Tony from Thinking Crypto has done an interview with a gentleman from Energy Web, okay? So, right here, the new platform will give clients the opportunity to grow their core businesses by monetizing data and using next-generation technologies such as APIs. Guys, APIs, application programming interfaces, essentially. And as I tweeted yesterday, because I was reading a bunch of white papers on API3, digital currency groups, little baby that could be the next Chainlink, and people are going to sleep on it yet again. That organization was responsible for running one of the nodes for Chainlink for just about a year. So these people know what they're doing, vested interests. So just like LivePeer, when we were talking about it, was at like $4 or $5, and now it's at $30 plus in a matter of like 1 to 2 months. That's how I'm looking at API3 as well. So we have not really had any crazy Oracle bull runs. I know Chainlink's done exceptionally well. Band has gotten some upside, but there's a few other Oracles that I have my eyes on as well. And yes, I like a variety of assets. XRP is still a huge bag of mine, but I want to point you towards some other assets you should look at and read the white papers. So APIs, artificial intelligence and machine learning capabilities to deliver better experiences and increased efficiency. In addition, this Magnati platform, if I'm pronouncing that right, will provide improved capabilities to partner with fintechs. Boom, Ripple, of course, we already know, in product and service innovation. Now, APIs essentially are known as, it's the glue to the digital world. Last but not least, Magnati is now plugged in via APIs. We know that RippleNet is single APIs. We know the benefits of QNT and Overledger. I'm telling you, there's going to be some complementary technologies in this arms race, charged up and ready to deliver on our mission to transform payments into possibilities. I love that. So I'm definitely going to be watching First Abu Dhabi Bank, FAB, as they're expanding these payment solutions. And this also reminds me of some behemoths like, of course, with TCS Banks in their Quartz solution, or Tata Consultancy. This is, TCS, one of the largest groups in the world, a huge conglomerate. Reminds me of, Temenos, a banking software, the biggest banking software in the world that's also future-proofed and integrated with RippleNet. We talk about, Task Group, Task Group, and Task Gateway throughout the Euro system integrated with RippleNet. We even have documents dating back to 2015. You can talk about CGI, you can talk about CLS. It's on and on and on. So the common theme is this. RippleNet is integrated with, these central banks, at least like 50 central banks right now, or at least in active discussions with them and have been for years. The BIS, the World Bank, the IMF, speaking on panels and discussions there, even PolySign, Flare Networks. And most people are going to be sleeping on XRP. And remember, fortune favors the bold. If you want to make life-changing money, you're not going to be able to do it without taking a risk. Now, this is not financial advice. Only afford what you can, afford to lose, and do not, overextend yourself by any means, because then you're going to be controlled by emotion. I'm just saying that XRP has some very, very sound fundamentals, and right now, just like perspective in reality is a pendulum that swings, and I know that Mark Moss says this a lot. We have to capitalize and attack this trend before it's obvious for everybody else. Now, by the time the normal person wants to buy XRP, maybe it's $10, maybe it's $50 per XRP at that point. And remember, fortune favors the bold. We saw something. We saw it before everyone else believed it. Most people are only going to believe it after the fact when they see it. So just wanted to point that out, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and sub, and I will catch you in the next one.